We're live at 5. Oh, yeah. We're all the way live. It is a Friday night. We're feeling right. What was the song by Johnny Kemp? I know I'm aging myself. Just got paid. It's Friday night. Feeling right. I didn't just get paid, but I am going to get paid by serving you because every time I come on here for the Overcoming Burnout Challenge and I get to see your smiling faces, your positive energy, your amazing consciousness, it lights me up. It pays me. My payment is your success. And you know what I'm all about, your success with ease and grace. Once again, I'm here with you. Even if you're out driving home, going away for a long weekend, getting ready for the Mike Tyson fight, who's going to win on Netflix, my wonderful client. It's going to be a great fight. I'm sure. I'm sure it is. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about today, day 5 of our Overcoming Burnout Challenge with your friend, full name, Deborah Lisa Cujino Deras. I'm officially changing my name. I have my driver's license, social security now, soon to be passport, all with the same name, Deborah Lisa Cujino Deras. You may see it short. Oh, thank you so much. I got dressed for you. I put on a suit. I'm wearing a suit. Wearing a suit. I don't know why. I just felt like, you know what? I gotta look good for you guys. I gotta look good. It's Friday night. This is not what I normally wear for my work at home, but I was like, put on a full suit. And guess what? Oh, thanks. It doesn't fit me, the skirt. It's 2 sizes too big. So whatever. I'm still gonna wear it. I don't have anything else. Problems of losing weight. It's all good. It's all good. So let's just take a breath, by the way. By the way, this is a real background. This is my backyard here in beautiful Marina Del Rey, California. It's where I go paddle boarding. It is just gorgeous here. We've got ocean in front, marina in back. And I was walking today to get some vitamin D for stress management. We want to get outside, get in nature. And I was just looking at the boats, thinking like, we get to live here. So let's start with some breaths. And then we're going to get into our topic for today, which is financial stress and how we have pivoted and sometimes reinvent ourselves in our second, third, and fourth stage of life, right? And how to set ourselves for financial success. I'm going to go over a little bit more of the PowerPoint that we started on Monday to give you some more strategies. I'm going to go over a little bit of the journal on the financial skills that you can do every day. But first, let's take a breath. So we're going to just sit up and breathe. Hold. This is our breathing that we practiced from Monday or Tuesday. Breathing in through our nose. Hold for 4. Now let go. And when you're letting go, when you're breathing out, I like to think of we're exhaling any toxicity in our body, any negative emotions, anything that no longer serves. We are just expelling it out. And the only thing that we're allowing in is vitality, health, wholeness, all of the positive energy that we're circulating in through us and back out to the world, right? Because we have to be the change we want to see. Didn't Gandhi say that? And it starts from within. Okay, so let's take a breath one more time. I think my puppy was going to join me. Okay, ready? Hold. Good. Excellent. I used to say TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, or thank goodness it's Friday. But those of you that know me know I say now TGI. Thank goodness I'm awake, aware, and aligned. And that's what we've been doing these last 5 days. We've been realigning for success. We've been looking at what doesn't serve, and we are releasing it, emptying that recycle bin so we can be available for what does serve, for whatever is going good in our life. So if it's your first time streaming in, feel free to say hi in the chat. I've seen some of you here on YouTube, some of you on LinkedIn, some of you on Facebook, wherever you are. So glad to see you, especially you, Ashley, because you've been here, I think, almost every day. So you're the winner of the prize. I don't know what the prize is, but you're the winner for sure. All right. So I have something I want to share with you, whether you're watching live or on the replay. It's all good. Okay. So when we talk about stress reduction, because I think we can all agree that stress is just a natural part of life, right? It's not something that is going to go away. In fact, it might even increase. Who knows, right? But it's not what happens externally. Remember, we've been talking about that every day because we cannot control what's going on outside of ourselves, but we can control within, right? Our mindset, how we schedule ourselves, all the practices that we have, right? So I wanted to share some of the practices that I've been incorporating to realign back for success. And when I say realign back for success, this has been a journey since I had my burnout experience. And what year was that? I think it was 2000 or 1999 when I had my burnout experience, maybe a little bit earlier. I can't actually remember when I had my burnout experience when I was in the hospital, but I knew that I needed to live my life differently and that I needed to restructure the way I was being in the world. Listen to what I said. I didn't say what I was doing. I said the way I was being. Because when I realized I was always frenetically going, rushing, and racing, it was because I had overscheduled my life. And when you overschedule your life, you're always going to be in fight or flight stress mode. But in the book, Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict, we talk about creating white space. So, for example, before this time with you, I had some white space to siesta before fiesta, contemplated taking a bubble bath, contemplated washing my puppy, right? So I had about 90 minutes of downtime just to realign so I could be or rejuvenate so I can be ready for you. So let's talk about some practices. So one of the things that I highly suggest you incorporate, and in the Realign for Success journal, this is included in that, is a let go list, right? So how many of you, I'm sure, Ashley, you have a to-do list. I'm sure you do too, Rose. I'm sure you do too, Eleanor. I'm sure you do too, Cynthia, right? So when we have a to-do list, it can go on and on till the break of dawn. It may never end, right? And not only are we doing our to-do list, some of us are doing other people's to-do lists. Why? Because they don't, because if you want something to get done, ask a busy person, ask a type A personality like you, because you get stuff done, right? That's what you do. But we also need to realize, as recovering people pleasers, to say no to other people's to-do lists. And we also need to have a let go list, right? So I'm going to show you how to incorporate this in a moment. We've been doing mindfulness and breath work the entire 4 days. So I've been demonstrating that for you. I actually, now that I'm back driving a little bit and a little bit more at a time, me and my wonderful therapist. By the way, I didn't mention this, but I have a wonderful therapist through Better Help. And I'm going to give you a link to that if anybody's interested. It's legit. I didn't know if it was legit, but it is legit and really, really beneficial. Just the short time I've been using it, so effective, right? Okay. And then there's a balance system. So let's talk about it, or let me share it with you. So one of the things in the Confessions book, I talk about the power of energy, and it's not about managing time. We're not going to have less stress if we manage our time. I think Lisa, who was with us this week, she's a flight attendant, and sometimes she has 28 hours in a day. Sometimes she has 20 hours a day. It's not about how much time she has, how effective or productive she's going to be. It's how efficient with her energy she is, and all of us. And we have an energy balance system, right? It's our rhythm, and we have to balance it to get that homeostasis, to get that equilibrium. Otherwise, if we get off balance, literally, when I was off balance, and this happened to me during the pandemic because I let other people's stress affect me, which I quickly stopped watching TV. And then my stress almost instantly went away. No more television for me. I was telling a vision of my own life, and I just started creating webinars. But when I was watching TV, I got off balance during the pandemic because it was crazy. And I don't even watch real TV. I was just watching YouTube, and still, that was the algorithm was off on that too. And when I was out of balance, guess what? I wasn't mindful, I wasn't breathing, and I kept tripping. I broke, no, I didn't break. I sprained my left ankle and then I sprained my right ankle. And just think about it, during the pandemic, the only thing we had to do was walk. Everything was closed. And I lived in a beach community where you couldn't drive even if you wanted to because there's no parking. And then I couldn't walk either. And I realized it was the divine's way of saying, sit down and be still. Sit, be still, right? Pay attention, be mindful. And then I realign for success. But it's really important. And for you, you may not be tripping. You may have an accident, or you may have an illness, or you may have, uh, something worse. Because Oprah, my mentor, says, is first we get a whisper, which is like, slow down, be present. We don't listen to that whisper. We get a knock on the door. It says, hey, we sprained our ankle. If we don't listen to that, we get something even more serious, a boulder that forces us to sit out, to take time off and be still. So we don't want to be forced to be still. We want to choose to be still. First principle in the book, Power of Choice. Okay. So here's what we can do is, and you can do this right now. Those of you that are on here, Ashley and Rose and Eleanor and Lisa, who else is on here? Cynthia. What you could do is you can schedule in boosters. All right. What are the things that boost your energy? For me, it's always walking outside on the beach. And luckily, I have a dog that encourages me, whether I feel like it or not. The other day, my little dog, which I named Divino, he's a Yorkie, he woke me up in the morning by giving me a high five. He's like, hey, high five. It's a great day. TGIR. Let's go for a walk. Right. And he didn't say, let's go for a walk, but I knew that's what he was thinking. Right. Let's go for a walk. Right. So scheduling booster. What else is a booster? Maybe for me, always a booster is exercising. So, and it literally is a booster because of the brain chemicals that happen when you exercise: dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, oxytocin from bonding with all the people at my gym. It's wonderful, right? Energy boosters. Maybe music is an energy booster. Often in my house, we'll have some smooth jazz that's always like boosting our energy. What boosts your energy, right? So be very, very mindful of your environment. Like in this environment, there's where I work and live, there's low lighting, so it's not harsh. There's calm music. So everything affects you. There's candles with vanilla, lavender scent. Think about when you're out of alignment, right? You're not grounded and you're losing your way, right? How do you get back grounded? It's another process which we didn't do, is you ground to the five senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you smell, right? So can you create an environment that boosts your energy, that's calming, right? Or focusing, right? So what you want to do, what I'm going to invite you to do, is to schedule in your energy boosters, right? Whether it is exercise, whether it is taking a walk, whether it is listening to music, whether it is, just downtime, gardening, whatever it is that is your booster. So take some time right now. I'm going to be still to write down just 3 things that boost your energy. And what I'm going to ask you to do is schedule them in your calendar as a priority. So, what often happens is we, as type A personalities, schedule ourselves last. Why? Because we're givers, and type A personalities and people pleasers and overschedulers and all these wonderful things, right? That's how we are. It's just how we are. It just is what it is, right? No judgment. So we need to realize, just like finances, and that's what we're going to talk about today, financial stress. If I was your financial coach, I would say you need to invest in your savings first. So pay yourself first, right? That's what I would say to you. Pay yourself first. So same thing with your energy. You need to invest in yourself first. So whether I schedule in time to go to the grocery store. So I'm not eating junk food. Schedule in time to exercise, schedule in time to walk, schedule in time to get sunshine, whatever it is, schedule in your calendar, see it in your life. Schedule in your calendar, see it in your life. Okay, let's talk about energy zappers. Okay, so these are things that zap your energy. All right. What zaps your energy? Sometimes for me, it's being around too many people, big crowds. Sometimes zapping the energy could be driving in traffic. I talked about that. Another thing that could zap your energy is, to me, it's like technological challenges sometimes, right? Okay. So, what are we going to do? So, take a moment to write down the things that zap your energy. And please introduce yourself if you have not already in the chat so I can call on you. I'm a professor, so that's part of my job, to make sure that the class is engaged and interactive, right? Don't worry, I'm not going to call on you. I just want to know that you're here. So I'm not talking to myself, even though I don't mind talking to myself. It's no problem. Okay, so you're writing down your energy zappers, and you may notice some of these energy zappers may be people. Some, and then some of it may be people that you have in your family. Maybe it's people with different political ideas than you. Maybe it's your boss. Maybe it's a client. Maybe it's your neighbor, right? Energy zappers, right? Some of them you can't let go of, right? They're just in your life. But can you limit the time and energy you spend with them, right? Certain people, because they zap your energy, you have to put a limited time frame on how, just to protect yourself. Or if you're going to see them over Thanksgiving, then you do extreme self-care before you go, extreme self-care after you go, right? Just to make sure you're good, right? So I encourage you, and there's a space in the journal, I believe there is a space in the journal that has a let go section. Let's go back to the journal. See this to-be list? To-be list. Unless I removed it. There it is, the let go list. So I put it on the emotional alignment. So see, there's a let go list. So some of you may want to let go of people pleasing. Maybe some of you want to let go of perfectionism. Maybe some of you, hi Susan, maybe some of you want to let go of procrastination. I found that I used to be a mañana wanna procrastinator. Mañana wanna. Mañana Susana. No, I'm just kidding. Not you. I'm not saying you are, but I was a mañana wanna. And I realized I was procrastinating because I would get a high, an adrenaline high, because adrenaline is a drug. Like, it goes through your body, out of pulling things off at the last minute. And now I don't do that to my body, because remember, all of the negative things that stress does to your body. It impacts your immune system, your respiratory system, your circulatory system, every system in your body. And there's so many illnesses that can be prevented if we don't have stress. So reducing stress is such an important part of living a long life, of living a quality life, and being available to fulfill our soul's contract. Life purpose, whatever you want to call it, dharma. It's the reason why we're here. We're not here to get a paycheck. We're not here to deal with this or to deal with that. We're here for a grand purpose, I believe. You may not believe the same thing, but that's what I believe. So once I realized, and I was awake and aware that my procrastination was due to getting the adrenaline high, I was like, oh, well, I'll get a high another way, like dopamine high. By achieving my goal, or endorphin high by going to the gym. So I decided, I'm not going to get high that way, because it's counterproductive. It's sabotaging. We are in procrastination, perfectionism, overwhelm. It is sabotaging ourselves, right? And we don't want to sabotage ourselves. Okay. So let's go back to here. Sorry about my dog. a bird or a squirrel walking by. Okay, so here's another illustration of how to rebalance yourself, right? So, what are your energy boosters? Say it's dancing, being in nature, or your puppy when he's quiet. Quiet, Divino. Mi amor. Silencio, por favor. Okay, so there we go. Energy zappers, what drains your energy. And sometimes what drains your energy is being inside. I never realized this till I became an entrepreneur, but I'm not a cubicle chick. And being inside of an office hurt my soul. When we were in the pandemic and suddenly I could work from my balcony and my life became completely virtual, I realized I bought a tent and I started working from the beach. I was working from a lifeguard stand. I was working from a restaurant overlooking the beach. I realized being outside and having that vitamin D sun was such a stress reliever, right? So you have to realize that. Oh, another big zapper that I didn't mention to you is resentment. Anytime you're resentful, angry, frustrated, even if it's justified, that someone did you so wrong, and you, if anybody would read it on paper, they would say, you know what, you're right. But here's the thing that my mentor said to me, if you were here a couple days ago when I shared that story, is with the boss. Remember I shared that on Wednesday? Is it better to be happy and at peace or right? It's always better to be happy and at peace. And I'm not saying we let people walk all over us, but we can't hold resentment. So there is a practice that I recommend to you, and it's called Ho'oponopono. You can look it up on YouTube. It's a Hawaiian practice that Dr. Lou kind of made famous. Well, I don't know if he made it famous, but there's a book called Zero Limit. Can't remember the name of the author. He was in the movie The Secret, but he had studied Dr. Lou's working with psychiatric patients in Hawaii, and they were said that they couldn't be in society, that they were too far gone, they were mentally ill, and they were crazy. And then Dr. Lou did practice. It wasn't created by him, but it was a Hawaiian tradition of saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And if you go to YouTube, they have videos where you can say that 108 times. And there was a particular person that I had animosity in my life for decades, maybe over 25 years. And I did this on that particular person. And that particular person, after 25 years of resentment, healed the entire relationship. It was a miracle. It happened in, oh my God, it makes me want to cry. It happened within 10 days of my doing that practice. I was like, whoa, no wonder people talk about it. And not only does healing resentment heal your relationships, which we talked about yesterday, but it heals your finances. Did you know that? We're going to get to finances right now. It heals your finances. If you read any abundance book from a spiritual perspective, it always has a section on gratitude and a section on forgiveness. Why? Because those two principles open up your energy. And when your energy field is open, guess what? You have a bigger container to receive even more abundance. When we have resentment, we actually have created a withdrawal because we're holding back our love. And then when we have a withdrawal, it shows up in our life as bank bounces, checks bouncing, this happened, tickets, etc. Okay, cool. All right. Any questions about that before we go to the journal? Questions, class? Can you tell I'm like getting into professor mode? I officially start being a professor back again December 14th. And I was a professor for 16 years. And I took a break and now I'm back. I'm also going to be a student starting December 9th in the doctoral program. What's this? His hair is in the wrong place. Okay, cool. Dog playtime. Yeah. Davina's like, can we go for a walk? Okay, so let's go to the journal if there's no questions. Let's talk about financial freedom. I have to tell you. So I told you that this journal, let me share. Hold on. Share screen. This journal has been just a godsend for me because it has helped me in so many areas of my life. Okay, and it's going to help you if you decide to use it. It doesn't help you if you look at it. It helps you if you use it, okay? So let's get to the financial realignment section. So like I told you a few days ago, when I first started doing my own personal realign challenge, I started with spiritual and physical, and now I'm working on financial and emotional. Okay. I believe that you can only work on two areas at a time. I mean, maybe you can work on more, but I've realized for my brain, I can only successfully work on two areas at a time. If I do more, then I'm doing everything half-ass. I'm not putting my best self in. So I want to put my best self in, give it 111%. You like that? Not 100%, 111%. So in order to do that, I just picked two areas of my life. And by the way, the pillars, for those of you that weren't here before, spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, financial. These are my pillars, Deborah's pillars. Okay, financial realignment. So check this out. So this is mine. So the thing about this Realign for Success journal is I'm giving you my what I'm doing. But then if you go back to the journal, um, you can use the blank sheet to write your own. So what works for me may not work for you. So when I was creating this journal, I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe they don't want to track their spending. For me, it's necessary. In fact, any financial class I've ever taken on mindset or financial planning is they're like, in order to have more money, you need to know what money you have now. What are your fixed expenses? What are your variable expenses? And creating some sort of a budget or spending plan is important because that's how you're going to know. You can't hit a goal if you don't know what it is, right? Another thing that I put for me specifically, because my personality type is an avoider. So I used to have like envelopes not open. I'm like, I need to open. Some of these are checks. They're not bills, they're checks. I gotta open these, right? So you got to review statements and subscriptions, right? Open them up. Gratitude and forgiveness, savings goals, and tracking income, right? So, and I actually have a revenue sheet because when I first started doing this, I was only focused on what was going out. I'm like, I'm more interested in what's coming in, right? Whatever we focus on expands. So, I want you to think about what would you have on your daily money habits to increase your wealth. Maybe it's for some people tracking what they spend in a day. Just like I track my food, what I eat in a day, I might, now that I'm doing financial realignment, um, I may write down everything I spend in a day just to be aware. Am I an Amazon? Do I have to go to Amazon Anonymous? What I started doing recently with my Amazon is instead of buying everything that I see, I just put things in the cart and then I put things in different lists, this wish list and this Christmas list and this, whatever list, instead of purchasing everything. And even like on Amazon, I'm buying like dish soap. I'm buying sponges. Like I'm not buying extravagant treadmills or anything like that, but still, when every day you're buying little things. Before, back in the day, 5 years ago, we would have to go to CVS or Walgreens if we needed something, right? If we needed like a concealer, we needed a mascara. Now we can go to our phone and boom, boom, boom. And guess what? That can cause financial stress because if we don't know what money's going out and we don't know what money's coming in, especially if you're like me, self-employed, and your income is variable, it can be very, very stressful. So back to Dr. Joe Dispenza, what quantum physics always talks about, what we focus on expands. So when we focus on how grateful we are to serve the world, how grateful we are for our money habits, how grateful we are for all the flow and the overflow, guess what? More comes. But if we ignore it and we avoid it, guess what? One of my favorite financial teachers, he's awesome. Follow him. He's my friend on Facebook. His name is Emmanuel Dagger. I took so many financial courses with him. And he talked about, finances, money is an energy and it's a relationship. Anything that we exchange energy with is a relationship. So if you are ignoring money or not paying attention to money, it's not going to grow. It's going to wilt like a plant. If you ignore a plant and don't water it, don't put fertilizer on it, don't give it sun, guess what? It's going to die. But if you nurture it and say, I love you, plant. I started talking to my plant in Spanish. My plant prefers Spanish. I'm like, eres tan guapo, mi amor. I talk to my plant in Spanish and my dog. And it's just a loving language. Pretty soon I'll be speaking in Italian. Un bacio grande, mi amore, right? Andiamo. Right, that's all I really know Italian. Um, but when you pay attention to your money, guess what? It expands. When you ignore it, it contracts. All right. And so here I put a follow-up list, passive income ideas. This has really helped me actually. So what this whole journal has helped me. So one of the things I did when I started doing the financial realignment is I started doing affiliate programs because I speak all the time and I'm always giving great resources. And today I just got informed that I have all this money to be deposited. I just needed to fill out a W-9 form and they're depositing money into my bank account. Totally passive income. And that's my 2025 goal is to triple my passive income and to reduce my work, my actual hours worked by 20%. Why? Because I'm going back to school and I'm going to be 2 days a week in school. So that's the 20%. I'm not going to be working, but guess what? I'm going to make even more. Why? Because of financial realignment. So isn't this cool? Do you guys have any questions about the journal, what it is, how it is? Isn't this cool, 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 cool? So for those of you that are just joining us, we have been every day overcoming burnout. I've been doing my best to share with you resources, whether it be, the Realign for Success journal or some breathing exercises, some processes to support you. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. If you have, appreciate you sharing. I know you have already, many of you, but sharing is caring. This has been a labor of love. At first, I was like, how am I going to get on live at 5? I'm speaking here, I'm speaking there. I was all over, up and down, going around. And I was like, you know what? It just all falls into place. When you are on purpose with your soul's contract, it expands time. And when there's no way, a way becomes, because that's what you're supposed to do. And remember, we talked about day 3 is that we create a positive mantra. Let's go back to that for a second. It really, really helped me to do that. So I think day 3, we talked about creating a mantra. Yep, we did. I'm going to share it with you. We're just doing a little review and then we're going to wrap up because I'm going to acupuncture. I have a hot date with acupuncture. Okay, so check this out. So one of the things that really helps when you're feeling stressed is to create a power statement, right? When you're overwhelmed and you have all these things to do, instead of saying, oh my God, I can't handle all this thing, that I have to do, you can ask yourself, well, what is right now? What is most important right now? And do that one thing. But I suggest you make a power statement. And the power statement has 3 P's. Present tense, positive, purposeful. Oh, I wanted to give you this Wells Fargo example. So check this out. My mom, my beautiful mom, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday. I love that mother. She's Scorpio. So my mom, she's so sweet and so trusting. And somebody texted her saying they were from Wells Fargo and that something was wrong with her account. They were scamming my mom. They were doing identity theft. You know how they prey on trusting people and older people? Anyway, they scammed my mom. They took all of her money, her checking, her savings, her life savings. Oh my God, Ashley, Susan. Oh, I was traumatized. I was like, are you kidding me, Mom? And my mom and I, like we always do, we went into prayer. And then, of course, I called my lawyer to find out. She's like, get her to file an FBI report. But we went to prayer. Then we did FBI report. Contacted Wells Fargo, blah, blah, blah. And I said to my mom, I trust that everything's going to work out for you because it always does. Literally, it always does. And my mom would just the whole 10 days that Wells Fargo was doing the investigation, I was so proud and impressed with my mom. She did not stress. I don't know if I would have been as calm as her. She did not stress. She just, and because she didn't stress, she's like, oh my goodness, I found a check because I opened my mail that I didn't know I had that was for $2,000. So I don't have $0. I have $2,000. I'm like, oh my God, mom, do you need money? And they get like the bank gave her some credit cards and she had $2,000, et cetera, et cetera. And she's just like, I trust that everything's working out for me. I trust that everything's working out for me. And within 7 days, not 10 days, all of her money was returned to her bank account, checking and savings. Now, let's admit that was a stressful situation, right? Thank you, Wells Fargo, for making crooked places straight, for doing the right thing. But wow, that was amazing. Amazing story, right? But imagine if she had stressed every day. Would that have helped? Would that have got the money back faster? Would her worrying and raising her blood pressure and her cholesterol and maybe overeating or over drinking or over spending or over shopping, over worrying, would that have helped? No. So I just want to say that having a power statement can really help you reduce stress, right? Cool. Well, I really hope that this was beneficial for all of you. Thank you. Make sure that you're connected with me. Susan, I don't know if you're on my email list. I hope you are. Make sure you stay on my email list. If any of you are interested, all of the recordings for these 5 days are up on my website. If you go to my website, let me show you, okay? My website is deborahderas.com. Okay, I'm going to share it with you. And when you go to deborahderas.com, there's a little link that says Overcoming Burnout Challenge. And you can watch day 1, day 2, day 3. They're all here. You put in your email, and then you'll be on our email list. And then we'll invite you because I'm going to be doing a lot of cool things coming up. I'm going to be doing what am I going to be doing? AI training, public speaking training. In fact, I'm doing an AI for small business class in December, Monday evening, Saturday mornings. In the new year, we're going to do another challenge. So if you like this challenge, we're going to do another one. It's going to be on goal setting, and it's going to be the first week in January. And January is such an exciting month because I'm doing lots of vision board workshops, one at Google. I'm going to be going back to Netflix, going to be doing some private vision board and hopefully a public one that I'll invite you to. So there's just so many cool things. But my mission is to set you up for success. So we're going to do another one of these goal setting, which will be the first week in January. So make sure that you stay connected with me. You're on my social. Oh, Rose is here. Shabbat Shalom. Didn't know you would come on the Sabbath. That's so great that you came. Thank you so much. Anyway, we're going to do a lot of great things. So make sure you're staying connected with me. DM me. Make sure you're on my email. We're updating my email list. We're switching over from Convert to ClickFunnels. So make sure I have your email so that I can invite you to things. The 5 days of recordings will be up until Sunday. If you want to own them and have the transcripts, I think I mentioned to you the other day, but I'll say it again. I am going to offer everyone everything, which is the book, copy of my book, Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict, copy of the journal. And the book, by the way, is $25. The journal, by the way, is $33. The audio, video, $25 transcript. So this is all over $100. I offered it in ClickFunnels for $97. But for you, since you guys have dedicated here, Susan and Ashley and Rose and Cynthia and Eleanor, all of you that are here, you can get it for $47. So just text me 310-945-5651, burnout, and I will on Monday send you a Google file, Google Drive, have everything in it. In fact, I already have day 1 through 4 already in it, And now I'm just going to add day 5. Boom, you're ready to go. So if you want it, if you don't want it, no problema. I hope you enjoyed this experience that we had. It was my pleasure to serve you as always. It just, it just shows you that when you have purpose, it makes such a difference in your life. Because other weeks when I'm just going about my business and thinking about me, it's like ego is not my amigo. But this week, I haven't been thinking about me. I've been thinking about you, Rose, you, Ashley, you, Susan, you, Eleanor, you, Cynthia. And it just is so much better to focus on how can I help you? What resources do I have for you? How can I ignite you and transform and uplift your life? It's such a better way to live. And my company is called Synergy Unlimited, and we believe with the power of synergy, anything is possible. And so we can all help each other achieve our goals. We're better together. It's synergy. It's not corny. It's not cliche. It's a fact. Look it up. Buckminster Fuller coined the term synergy, that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. 1 and 1 isn't 2, it's 11. And that's why we started on 11/11. Okay, that's my alarm going off saying get to your acupuncture. So thank you so much for being here. Self-care. I scheduled in my calendar. I'm going to see it in my life. All right. I'm going to take my dog with me. My hot date. Davino, my dog, and me are going to acupuncture. And that's what I'm going to do on Friday night. I am so grateful that you were here. I look forward. Any feedback you have too, DM me. Say, Deborah, let's do this again, but add this. Or let's do this again, but add that. Maybe what we could do in the new year is have an opportunity if you guys wanted to come on camera, or maybe we'll have a VIP room if people want to have coaching or something. Anything that you want to add, let's take it to the next level. Add some extra synergy on this sauce, and it's going to be delicious. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And I'm so looking forward to hearing how you've realigned for success and just together making 2025 our best year ever. We're not going to let conditions, circumstances, external factors that are stressful stop us from our big picture goals. We're realigned and we're getting even better every day with these practices. And watch out. Here we come. Ready or not, here we come. Okay. Ciao. Bye-bye. Love you. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, thanks, Rose. Kisses. Bye, Ashley. Bye, Susan. Take care, Cynthia. Bye, Eleanor. I love my Arkansas people are here. Take care. Bye-bye. Are you feeling burnt out at work, with family, or community obligations? Does the idea of the elections and the aftermath, the holidays, or maybe just the stress of caregiving for your kids, adult parents, and still finding time to take care of yourself? Well, I have great news. I've created a Overcoming Burnout free 5-day challenge. This is an online training just for you. So save the date. It is November 11th through November 15th, every day at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And in 45 minutes a day, I'm going to personally coach you the 5 pillars of life: spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, and financial. That's going to help you reduce stress and learn how to create success the ease and grace way. This will be an experiential training, so you're going to experience real-time processes where I help you de-stress right on the spot. Plus, those of you that sign up for the VIP may have a chance to have one-on-one spot coaching sessions. There's going to be so much positive energy, so much synergy, and best of all, there's no cost to join. This transformational experience is free, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So make sure that you sign up now. The registration link is overcomingburnouchallenge.com. Just click on the link below, your name and email. You'll get all the information to be able to transform your life and realign for success just in time for the holidays so that you can feel empowered, calm, and on track. If you have any questions, you could always connect with me online. Just send me a DM on Facebook/Deborah Deras or email me deb@deborahderas.com. I really look forward to seeing you in this amazing transformational week. Remember, set your calendar, 11/11. Let's realign for success with the Overcoming Burnout Challenge.